What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a Frequency 140 Wrestling channel. And as you know, I'm always joined by my awesome co-host, Mr. Sean Bennett.
Hello, everybody.
Now, he wasn't here for Clash in Paris, the predictions and everything, but he's back.
I'm back. I'm back.
Did you watch Clash in Paris?
Unfortunately, the week has kind of got the better of me, and I have not seen anything yet. So don't mention anything at all, please.
Oh, you can leave all your hate in the comment section. It's fine.
I know it's been a
Yeah.
long week. I apologize, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm happy to be
It
back.
happens.
It happens. Life just kind of it's life. Lifing is life. There you go.
Yeah, I
But
won't
it's good to
say
be back.
anything about CM Punk, I promise.
And there it is. All right. Now I'm actually gonna go home tonight and probably throw it on there. So I've
Right on.
check it out and get
Right
caught up to speed here.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, it's a great pay-per-view. It was really, really good.
Awesome. Well, we talked about the company's going in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Lot to be happy about and thankful for as far as professional wrestling these days.
Oh, absolutely. But unfortunately, man, with the good tidings and happy intro, we got to talk about something that was actually bad in professional wrestling, and that was Raja Jackson's assault on Psycho Stu
Yep.
and an indie promotion and how this was handled. And we're going to debate here, whether or not, honest to God, whether, it's just all Raja's fault.
I don't think it's all his fault.
I don't think so
no.
either.
I think he's
Now, we're not going to make excuses for him.
No. I mean, he's a grown man.
He's 25.
He knows his capabilities. He knows what he's capable of doing to another human being. He's a trained
pro
professional
fighter.
fighter. His father's Rampage Jackson. You know what you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't think it's all his fault. No.
All right. So, how this all started, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you don't know. I mean, I don't know how you don't know, but it's the case. So, all right. So, Psycho Stu was the wrestler that came out, and he saw Raja in the back, like with cameras.
Yep. Just,
Just
to
nothing.
build up to the match.
To build up to the match, exactly.
Right.
And he crashed a can over his head very safely, actually. If you know anything about professional wrestling, him right here, that's like the safest part. Even when they do chair shots to the head back in the day, that was the safest part to hit.
It was so safe to the point of where, again, that's how safe it was that Raja didn't sell it because, number one, he didn't understand what a sale was.
Yeah.
And what's there to sell when it didn't affect me? It didn't hurt me.
No, true. Yeah.
It may have insulted you. You may have been a little ticked off that somebody hit you in the head out of nowhere with a can. I understand that, but also to the point of where it didn't affect you. You didn't flinch. You didn't wince. It was you looked the dude. He looked right at him like, "What are you doing?" So yeah, it was done safely. It's a professional wrestling show. They're trained. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. And we'll get back to that in just a second because I have a lot to say about with the promotion here and the promoter and all that stuff. So so number one, you got Raja, and he doesn't know anything about the wrestling business at all. So when he sees someone smash a can over his head, even if it's safe or not, what is he supposed to think?
Right.
I gotta take you down.
But okay, so we're leading into that, and this is why we're having this discussion. So you're absolutely right. I feel that there were more people instigating this than it was the actual reaction from Raja, because if it had bothered him and insulted him that bad, he'd have smacked him right there on the spot.
Yeah,
he'd have turned around and hit him right there on the spot and handled it right there.
In fact, it would have been better if he did.
It would have been instantaneous. You did this to me. Now this is it. No, what happened was the spot was worked, and then you got other guys in the ear. And you get your receipt, man. You need to get that back. You need to get that look back.
Well,
So you got people behind the scenes, pushing this issue, adding fuel to the fire. Because that's what I'm saying. From the initial contact, he wasn't hurt or injured just by the way he didn't sell it because it didn't hurt. His look on his face was exactly like, what is this? So it wasn't like he was mad, because if he was mad and you felt really, if you're this guy and you felt that threatened, you would have instantaneously turned around and just pummeled the guy and end the discussion. We don't have this issue, right?
Sure.
So we know that it was a work. We know that it did not physically harm Raja in any way, form.
No.
We know that at that moment, if it did embarrass him or humiliate him, it didn't. We didn't see that it bothered him because he didn't retaliate right then, as any man would. If I'm sorry, if I don't know you're coming, you hit me in the head with a beer can, I'm gonna probably swing. It's just my reaction. So we got these three factors. Everything's kind of gets calmed down. So we know that it's a work. We know it's professional wrestling. We know how this goes down.
Sure.
Then we start getting people adding fuel to the fire, getting in his ear,
Sure.
talking about things. Tell him you don't need to do that. You don't need to take this. You need to get that receipt. And again, when you have someone who is not a trained professional wrestler, they are a trained pro fighter. Emotions are going, right?
Yeah.
Testosterone's pumping, right? And you get another dude in that dude's ear telling him, you need to go get that back. But yet you're not fully explaining to him. I mean, granted, we were told, and he said, oh, what did they, they told me that a ref would break it up. Okay, but at the same time.
Like, why do you keep going?
Right. And what is no offense, but if I'm a referee in that match, I'm not going to let somebody get hurt, but what am I going to do to a man the size of Raja Jackson? I mean, you knew, even if the referee tried to stop you, was he going to really stop you? Do you honestly think it didn't,
No, but I mean, okay, so that kind of leads into what I would like to talk about in the end.
Right.
So the reason why I don't really like what he did, and I agree with you that the AJ Tex-Mex looking fella cowboy assless chaps guy, yeah, he was the one fueling this.
Yes.
Like, he apparently had a problem with the Stu guy.
Yes.
And then he brought in Rampage's kid, since apparently he wasn't brave enough or man enough, ballsy enough, whatever you want to call it, to go up to Stu to sell these problems. Well, he apparently brought in this guy.
Right.
So that's why I think he was amping him up. But I will say this, on Stu's part, he apologized, like, profusely after hitting him over the head with a can. He actually explained it. He was saying that, hey, man, I saw a camera. I thought this was live. Hey, sorry, man.
Right.
Like, I did not know that you were not here as part of a work.
Right.
And they even shook hands.
That's right. So it was
good.
settled.
That's how men settle
That's
stuff.
right. If you have a disagreement, you talk it out, you figure it out. You may not have the nicest words to say to each other, but
No,
you're able to figure
absolutely.
something out, shake hands, and go on your way.
That's it. Yeah.
But that's not what happened.
No, of course not. And so we go on, like what you were saying with the cowboy. Yeah, and I saw that clip too, man. I wish I could bring it up, but I don't think YouTube will let us bring any of this stuff up.
No.
I mean, unless you're like one of those higher guys like Joe Rogan or some shit.
I mean, you can go look it up. I mean,
yeah, you can go look it up
there.
if you want to. Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, you're absolutely right. He's telling me to go get his receipt and all this other stuff, and I'm like, dude, you are not helping at all.
At all, because it was already settled, and now you just now that you brought that up,
and he was standing right next to Stu when he did it.
That adds more credence to the fact I think this guy had a personal issue and was just fueling the fire, and Raja was, and again, not making excuses, but again, you know who you are, and you know as a grown man what you're capable of. But I do feel being in that environment and having that chirping in your ear, you need to go do this, you need to go do this, it gets the better of you. But at the same time, at the end of the day, man, Raja, dude, you're a grown man. You're more than capable. We know what you're capable of doing. You know what you're capable of doing.
Yeah, he's a dangerous dude.
Why would you do it that way? I just, and we discussing potatoes and receipts in the pro wrestling business, it happens. People slip up, they get involved, or they get, emotional, and you get a solid shot every once in a while.
Yeah, sure.
It's also known that once that solid shot's given, you're going to get a solid shot back.
Sure.
The receipt.
That's it.
But we're talking about a situation to where it happened in the back, hands were shook, everything was cool. Then you got some asshole getting in your ear, pumping you back up, getting you pissed off, making you feel like you just let somebody punk you. And what do? You get in there, and this is what blew my mind. I don't care how mad you are. What in God's name made you think that you can get in front of all these people with cameras, videos, phones, do this to another human being, assault another human being, and then be like, oh, well, I got my look in. That's assault, bro. This is real life stuff. It's attempted murder. Yeah. Whether you want to admit it or not, it is attempted murder. You willingly went in there to injure and hurt this man, and you did.
And not only that, I agree, man. This is the third part that I was wanting to talk about. So this is why I think he's guilty, of attempted murder here. Because number one, he's a pro fighter. No, we got that. So he would know if someone's down and out.
That's right. You
Like,
train, brother.
Yeah, no, you got no excuses here.
That's right.
And not only that, here's the thing to this generation, to his generation, is that, before the match, he's looking online at these chats.
Mm-hmm.
And they're calling him, oh, man, you ain't going to do this, you ain't going to do that. And like, dude, don't listen to that crap.
Right.
And he gets pissed off because they all have fragile-ass little egos.
Right.
And then when they do pop off, they do something stupid like this.
That's right.
So, he gets in the ring and beats this dude senseless, literally. And not only that, if you watch the suplex that he gave him, like the suplex, Stu was actually going along with him.
He was, I mean, he went fighting back.
Yeah.
Okay, this will work. All right, we're going.
All right,
here we go.
We got to get the, the pop like right there, and but then I guarantee you, Stu was knocked out after that suplex because you saw, like, I mean, he just threw him like it was nothing.
Yep. Oh, he was out. He was as soon as that head hit that mat, he was out.
Like right then and there, that shouldn't have happened.
That's right.
Like he should have known that, like, okay, this man's out, or at least maybe one punch is like, okay, maybe I need to do something else here. I guess what he was thinking is a mixed bag here, folks. This is why we're talking about this. It was because, okay, so he thinks he's a bitch because he won't do something for his stupid ass Instagram followers.
Right.
And now he's being told by the promoters, who this is also wrong.
Right.
Like, they told the wrestler that was against Stu that, okay, if something goes wrong, stop it. Mm-hmm. Now, they didn't give him the cue. They didn't tell him what he was going to do.
Nope.
They didn't tell him nothing. And when you bring in a professional fighter into a actual wrestling event, like, this is what's going to happen 9 times out of 10 if you piss them off.
Yep.
I mean, look at Tyson and Austin back in the day. Mm-hmm. But Tyson was smart enough to know, hey, this is a work.
Right. And like, you're dealing with more money there too, man. I mean, WWE, there's no way, these are professionals. There's no way Mike Tyson is going to get in the ring in front of nationwide TV.
Oh, hell no.
And do
not back then. He was the king of pay-per-view back then.
He's professional. Yeah. That's the whole thing. And like you said, just this I'm not dumping on the indies. What I'm saying is that indie professional wrestling events, you have more of a chance for this to occur because there is no communication. There's that lack of higher professionalism.
Sure.
And also go and say this, Rikishi, he is the owner of this company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Knox Pro Wrestling.
Rikishi, whoever you have hired to run this, they need to be fired.
They need to get go
immediately.
They need to
go.
Yeah.
Because had this been done correctly, there should have been the promoter, the guy, where the buck stops here, should have been right there in the mix of it, backstage going, whoa, hang on.
Yeah.
No, but there was none of this. It was just simply indie wrestlers and fans and cameramen and everybody running around and talking and shooting. There was no communication. There was no professionalism. There was nothing to keep this from happening. So the fact that it happened does not surprise me, simply because there was nothing in place for it not to happen.
Sure. Yeah, I know. It's insane.
Again, it's like you said, the culture of today. What makes you think, other than I'm going to get my followers are going to love this?
Yeah, he was taking money for how much he could get to knock him out.
So that is premeditated.
Exactly.
Guys,
thank you,
ladies and gentlemen.
That's where we were heading here.
With my understanding of the legal system, unfortunately, okay, let me explain this to you. Premeditation is any type of evidence, thought, suggestion, mention, anything that you talk about, right, before you commit a crime. That is premeditation. That means you willingly know what you're about to do. It's not an accident. You're not put in the wrong place at the wrong time. You did it. You know what you were doing. You went and did it. There you go. That's how you go from first-degree murder to second-degree murder. First-degree murder is when you plan it out. You want to kill someone. You go in there and you kill them. That's it. Okay? Second-degree is when you may not like somebody. You didn't mean to kill them. Went too far, right? Mm-hmm. Manslaughter. I wasn't even trying to kill somebody. Things just happened, but you still killed somebody.
Maybe somebody walked in front of you.
That's
in a car
manslaughter. Okay. Yeah. But the issue here is this is what everybody's getting caught up on. Regardless, this was preemptive. It was premeditated. You went into the ring to hurt somebody and you hurt them. That's assault.
Sure. Absolutely.
I'll take back the attempted murder thing. I'll pull that back a little bit, but this is straight up assault.
Yeah. Again, I mean, there's no excuses for him.
No.
To me, because like I said earlier previously, it was that he's trained. He knows when someone's
Right.
knocked out.
That's it.
Like, when he's punching him over and over and over again, and he's not moving or responding, nothing, like, like you were on the verge of killing somebody.
And
I mean, any man can do this. I mean, like,
and not that this changes anything per se, but this adds to it. I don't think at any point in his life he's going to lay down and let somebody just smack him like that 20 times. He's out.
Yeah.
He's done. He's not fighting
yeah, he
back.
didn't move once when he got punched.
So again, bro, come on,
Yeah.
man. I'm like you, man. Everybody's got this and that to say, and now Rampage Jackson's like, first off, he's like, my son had no business in the ring or getting it, and I agree with that.
Yeah,
Your
he
son
a
had no
concussion,
business anywhere
apparently.
near a professional wrestling ring at all.
Yeah.
Don't even know if he needs to be in organized sports anywhere, obviously.
Yeah.
But now now he's kind of pulling him, the dad card, and again, this isn't a baby boy. This is a grown man that you brought up, you trained, followed you, looks up to you, right? Now, whether you agree with him being in the professional wrestling event or not, it still does kind of fall on you, Rampage Jackson. This is your son. This is how you brought him up. This is how you raised him to be, right? Mm-hmm. And you mean to tell me you can't tell him you are an idiot? You have no common sense. What were you thinking? Why in God's name would you do this? You can't find anywhere to say that?
Yeah, I know.
That's what I have to ask father to father. Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, and that phone call, did you check that out? That clip?
Mm-mm.
Like, okay, so
I've heard about
where
it, though.
Quentin's talking to his son, and he's like, "Oh man, I heard you were holding people's ass and shit like that."
Well-
and I'm like, dude, you're just adding fuel to the fire here, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it, man. You're one of the greatest fighters of all time. That's great, but your son clearly does not have the mental capacity to handle this crap.
Obviously, we missed.
So
we
you
missed
have
that one.
failed here.
Yeah. Yep. And
It
whether
really
you like
is
it or not,
true.
and he's gone on now he's anybody wants to come after my son, you got to go through me. Wait a minute. See, that's what I'm talking about now. Well, now you want to defend him. Now you want to be a daddy, but a couple of days ago you mocking him,
Yeah, you're making
giving him
fun
crap,
of him.
Fueling the fire. But now we're gonna be a daddy.
Okay, so Raja's like clearly like upset.
Yeah.
And and he's his dad's just talking all this trash, and like
It's
I'm
gonna
like,
set
dude,
somebody. It's gonna set you off.
Yeah.
Again,
And,
no
like,
excuses, but it's gonna set. It's
exactly.
gonna set you off.
That is one thing we want to make very clear. This was his fault.
Yes.
Period.
He's a grown man. It's
But it's a problem. It's a generational problem,
Yep.
in my opinion.
Well, we've seen multiple videos of nowadays. You've got the school, the kids in school. The one I posted last week. The kid literally slaps the administrator, slaps his glasses off his face, and then on the way out the door, drops his book bag and pushes the administrator. He has to pull his pants up first, by the way. That's the best part of the video. Is he has to actually pull his pants up before he pushes. But then when he gets out the door, you get a reality check. Young man meets grown man, and your ass gets slammed to the ground.
Oh,
because
man.
you
Okay,
just
that's
put
what
you just put your hands, an administrator, an adult, and now this is the receipt, right?
Mm.
A lot of it is emotion.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
right. It's fueled. If I look like a punk in front of everybody, it's gonna, my credibility, my followers, my likes, all this crap. This is what's leading. This is the problem with this generation. Like you just said, back in our day, no, we didn't have that. What we had is, if something were to happen and we basically got the ooh, oh, okay, yeah, you felt humiliated, but basically like shut up, you don't go losing your mind and doing something stupid,
Yeah.
and that's what's happening.
Mhm.
There's no discipline. I'll say it. There's no discipline.
No,
Y'all
yeah.
didn't spank enough asses growing up.
Yeah.
Parents, sorry, and I'm a parent myself, and I'll admit it just didn't happen enough. Should have happened, but didn't. That's why we have what we have today.
Yep.
That's why we have a grown man at, I think he's 25 years old,
Yeah, 25, yeah.
knows who he is, knows what he's capable of, understands his ability, right, but has no control, no discipline.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're at where we're at.
Yep.
And I still don't understand why he's not in jail.
No,
I would be in
I
jail.
don't either, man.
You would be in jail.
No,
Anybody
okay,
at
so
we'd be in jail.
The LAPD has got him in their crosshairs right now, and they should.
They
because,
should.
I mean, my God. Like,
This
dude,
should be a
this
life
is
lesson for you.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like, dude, other than, like, I'm trying to think how to compare this. I mean, this is close to the mass transit incident.
Yes, there you go. Very good comparison.
Like,
Absolutely.
very close.
Absolutely. Same thing. Kind of like, well, on the flip side, Davy Boy Smith. He had a little bit of a legal issue that went down here in a bar in Atlanta. Got into a fight and just, it's Davy Boy Smith, man.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He hurt somebody really bad, and he had to pay for it. Why? Because the courts looked at him, looked at the other dude, and went,
like, come on now.
you know who you are, and this is what we're trying to get people. You got to take responsibility for yourself. No excuses. You did something stupid. You did something wrong. You need to pay the price. We all do it. It's called growing up.
Amen.
That's kind of, again, I know, like, we don't want to harp on it too long, but I mean, the guy needs to be held accountable, and other people need to be held accountable.
Yeah,
that promotion needs to be shut down.
Yep.
Everybody needs to be blackball every one of them. If you had anything to do with this or a part of it, there's no place for you in professional sports or wrestling.
Yeah, except for the guy who saved this Stu guy. Yeah, because without him, man, I guarantee you he would be dead.
He'd be dead. This was brutal. This was probably one of the most brutal things I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
And I watch UFC all the time, but this was brutal because there's no defense. It's just a guy waylaying on somebody.
Like, this is why you stop. This is why the referee stopped.
That's why you got a referee. That's right.
Because, like, dude, the guy, unfortunately, Stu, I don't know if you know this, ladies and gentlemen, but the medical update on him, he's awake now, but he was on a breathing tube.
Yep.
And not only that, he was choking on his own blood and teeth.
That's messed up. That's the damage you have done to another human being.
That's irreparable. And then not only that, like, he can't remember any of it. He might not be able to talk again.
Right.
Or, like, talk the same way again. Like, have, actual fluid thoughts. And that, I'm telling you, man, sorry, Raj.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
You going to jail, buddy.
You did the crime. You need to do time, my man. You need to learn lessons. You need to learn some self-control. You need to learn discipline. You need to keep your ass out of professional wrestling.
Yeah,
you
damn right.
Got it.
Amen. Well, I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that conversation. I mean, we hate to talk about dark stuff on here,
right, but it's something that needed to be discussed.
Absolutely.
And I like the way that you kind of came up with the idea and came at it, because it's not getting on here and just, as much as it sounds like it is Raj's fault because of him being an individual, but there were more variables and parts to this that need to be looked at. Yep. Now, that's the bigger issue for me. I can understand. I really can. I'm not giving excuses, but being a man myself, I can see where the emotions got the better of him, because you have all these other men and even your own father talking about how you just got punked and how you just got made a fool of. You need to get your receipt and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, granted, if hopefully at this point in his life, he's probably thinking to himself, man, I don't need to listen to these folks no more. That's right. You don't need to listen to these folks no more. You need to do you. You need to use your head. Common sense. Be a man. Be a good man.
Yeah, but he's probably more paying attention to his Instagram followers, telling him to do it again. So yeah, that's.
And with that, like us, please. Give us as many likes as you can on this. Just
yeah, we were just shitting all over social media people. We're actually on the YouTube channel.
That's entertainment for you, folks.
Yeah,
the hypocrisy.
We're just getting old, folks. Sorry, that's just what it is.
Right. The clouds in the sky.
Yeah, we're the angry old men on the rocking chair, saying back in my day. All right, so
we're also, and again, to talk about that, we're also the guys that we appreciate the art of it. We're also the guys that love to see Road Warriors and Bruiser Brody come through the crowd and everybody run for cover because they're swinging chains and beating the crap anybody gets in the way. We're for that. But let me say this: if you watch those videos, this is the beautiful thing about professional wrestling. When everybody is involved together and everybody's on the same page, it's beautiful, because those fans wanted that. They wanted to run out of the way. Even the ones that got the crap beat out of them because they didn't get out of the way, they wanted the crap beat out of them. They wanted, see that? He threw me. He hit me, dude. It's worked. It's worked together. That's what makes professional wrestling beautiful. This is not beautiful. This is horrible. This should never happen again.
I agree. 10,000%, man. Yeah, all right. So just so you don't miss any more content, we got an awesome interview with a second generation stud, Mr. Ty Rose, coming up.
Cannot wait.
We're doing it September 14th,
Yep.
7 o'clock. May not be live, but we'll get it out very soon.
Right.
Trust me.
It's going to be awesome, man. I'm really looking forward to this.
Absolutely.
Ty, like you said, second generation. His father being Pat Rose, myself, and you growing up and watching them throughout the territories,
course.
journey. I mean, so
exactly who he is.
It's going to be a great conversation. I'm really looking forward to this. And thank you, Ty, for doing this. We appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So, make sure you don't miss that. Please like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. You can follow us on the F140 Wrestling channel on Facebook. For $3 a month, you can also get every single bit of our content from the wrestling channel, from the movie channel, from the video games and toys channel, in which we'll actually have someone coming up very soon, hopefully helping us out with that one.
And you said it's only $3?
Yep,
man,
$3.
That is 50 cents cheaper than the Loch Ness Monster asks.
I know.
Right on, dude. Right on.
Yeah, it's not $9.99.
Not even Loch Ness Monster can.
Yeah.
$3.50.
$3.50.
Sorry, that just.
All right. So with that, folks, you can go check us out on patreon.com/frequency140 podcast and get all of our content for, like I said, $3 a month. Now, as always, I send it back to my good friend, Mr. Bennett.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for joining us. As always, we sure enough appreciate every bit of all the enthusiasm and love and then support that you give us, right? We can't do it without you. So keep watching, keep tuning in, keep liking, comment, let us know any type of points you want to make or discuss. We have no problem in it. We love it. We welcome it. Please. Not the normal topic we like to discuss, but needed, and I'm glad we had the conversation. So, with that being said, geeks, freaks, and nerds, let's unite, because you never know when these bigger bullies are out there and they might want to jump on us. We need to band together. So, peace.
Cheers.